Shane, great to see you in Dublin. How are you feeling?
Great to be here, yeah. No, it's nice, the sun is shining. I'm in Ireland, it's couldn't be better.
Absolutely, and you look great. Everything to me. I love it. Like, talk about a summer sound. It's real chirpy and happy, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah. I couldn't have picked a better week to go to radio with the weather. Everyone's going on about that. It's like a real summery song. I think people might be feeling it's a bit summery too. It's a bit hot. But yeah, look, it's getting a great reaction. I'm very happy with the song. People seem to like it, so it's a very good start.
And it's different. I thought the minute I pressed on to listen to it, I thought it was going to be a ballad, a nice slow, which are brilliant. But I was like, whoa, this great little tune there.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of the album's actually up tempo. The majority of it is, and I think the first song I think had to be different. I think the sound in general was going to be different, a little bit more different, because you can't do a solo West Side thing, because that's what people expect. So. And for me, I wanted to get a bit more of what I really like, which is country music. I love folk music, obviously pop music, soul music. So there's a bit of it in each song, and it feels like it's natural. It's the sound I love. It's the sound I clap along to. So if I enjoy it, hopefully other people will too.
Absolutely. I can't wait to see the video. How was that? Because you're used to the rest of the lads around you.
It was mad. Yeah, it was. It was one of those things where it was definitely a bit lonelier. It was a bit quieter, but It's just the way it is now. But I found it very relaxed. I found it very natural that day. Obviously, I've been in front of cameras a lot, and individually we did stuff a lot, on video shoots. But it was a shorter day, which I liked.
Yeah.
I didn't have to get up at 6 o'clock. There's not 2 hours to get ready. It's like you're ready in half an hour and you're ready to go. So it was out in LA. It was 42 degrees. It was crazy weather out in the desert, so it was proper hot. But it was great, there was an amazing location, and the video is actually quite good, hopefully, as well. I haven't seen the final edit of it yet, but I've seen bits of it, so it's looking good.
I heard you saying there that you're like tired from speaking, because usually you share it amongst all the lads. It's just you doing the talking.
Oh, you have to answer every question now. You've got to be fully focused. There's no like sitting back, Mark, take that question or whatever. But yeah, it's all new, but it feels fresh. It feels different, but it feels good too. It's probably because it's new, and it's the first day. It's my first actual TV interview. So it's.
And thank you for that.
No problem. No, it's great. No, Xposé have always supported us, but yeah, it feels normal.
Yeah.
So and I'm glad it does, because I was hoping it wouldn't feel very nervous, or I was nervous about the single reaction, what people would think about it. But so far, it seems to be. Everybody likes it. So
yeah, I think it's deadly. Really, really enjoyed it. Shane, everything is looking up for you now. Last year you went through a little bit of difficulty financial. We've all been through it. I've been through it. There's people going through it at the moment. How did you get through it? Because you did get through it. I'm sure it was a tough and stressful time.
It was a tough year. It was a tough 3 or 4 years, to be honest, leading up to it. It's one of those things you're thinking, like, how is this happening? But it happened, and you just got to deal with it. You got to try and deal with it the best you can. For me, obviously, Gillian was amazing. My wife, she was amazing. She got me, kept me focused, kept me looking forward. I had 3 healthy kids, a great marriage. I was very lucky to have that, and that's what I kept focusing on. I have the things that are important to me, and that's what the first single is about. It's like I have everything that I need.
Yeah.
This is everything to me. Everything else is, whatever. You don't worry about that. You gotta look at the positive stuff. You gotta try and go, look, I'm not the only one in it. Everybody's going through it in some way, shape or form, whether it's big or small. It's still the same pressure or stress for everybody.
Of course.
And I had to take some time to kind of think about it all. But then once I started kind of getting in doing songs and writing songs, I found it very natural. I found it very easy. I found it like I'm actually kind of talking about it. It kind of was a bit therapeutic, to be honest. And the songs kind of just flowed. So
yeah, because you put it down on paper, didn't you, in this album?
Exactly, yeah, and it wasn't something I expected to do. I wasn't like, I want to write my own songs. It wasn't like that. It was the label going, listen, I think you should try and write some songs. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll try. I can't, I can't guarantee I'll deliver. But the first single or the first song I wrote was Everything to Me. So it was the first session. So I got off to a good start, and people were, the label were like, this is really good. Louis is really good. They were all like, this is really good. They were shocked. Like Louis was like, oh my God, this is different, it's good, it's exciting.
I like it.
I like it. And he, but that's Louis, and Louis will tell you if he thinks it's terrible, he'll tell you.
Yeah.
And it was good, and I got off to a good start, and then I got a couple more really good songs in the following kind of 2 to 3 weeks. So then I went to Nashville. So straight away I got confidence, and I felt like I was talking about stuff, but I was talking about it in a positive sense that, people have problems, but you got to try and look forward, look into the positive things. What do you have that's good? And you really realise the stuff you have is what's important.
Yeah.
And then everything else is, you just got to get on with it.
And how's your brother? Because I know your brother was part of all that with you as well. And like, you know, as I said, I was through it. And the fights, and it's an awful stressful time. Is he all right?
Oh, he's fine. You know, Finbar is amazing. He's very strong.
I suppose you're the one who gets all the grief.
Yeah, of course, obviously, you know, look, I'm in the public eye, so I'm going to get, you know, people are going to write about me and talk about me. And look, you can't change what people think, you know. It's like, you can only do what you think is best. And I keep going back to it, but I had a family and 3 kids, and I have to do what's right for my family, and I have to do the best I can in life. And you make decisions, and they're going to determine you, and whatever will be, will be. And for me, that's the route I took, because I thought it was the best thing for us. Very obviously publicly embarrassing, and you're dragged through the mud, your name, whatever. But if that's what keeps my family happy and keeps, you know, my kids happy, my name isn't what's important. Yeah. It's their life and their future is what's important. And for me, that's all that matters. You know what I mean? You have to try and go right. Let's just see what happens here. It's not great, but hopefully it'll get better. And I wouldn't have the songs, Glenda, if I wouldn't have this album. Yeah. I wouldn't have that first single. Of course. If all this stuff.
Things happen for a reason, in fairness.
And I always say that everything happens for a reason, whether it's good or bad, and you just gotta just try and be positive.
Look, and it's a learning curve. You learn, then you move on, and you keep going. You know?
Exactly, yeah. Every day you're learning, you know, and I'm still learning every single day. This is the first day of my promo. I've learned stuff today. It's like you just, you know, get on with it. And life is like, there's one of the songs in the album. It's called Once, and it's on my first EP. And it's basically you only live once, and the whole song is about we worry about stuff, we worry about everything. And there's actually some serious lines in it, some very funny lines in it, but it's a really good song that kind of sums up what people worry about or what people think about every day. And at the end of the day, you're still only going to live once, so you know you might as well get on with it and try and live a good one as best you can. And nobody's going to be perfect, and nobody's going to do, you know, and nobody has this perfect life. People have hard stuff happening. I'm to be honest, I'm glad it wasn't something with my family or my kids. That's what you think about, you know. It's at the end of the day, it's not great, but it's you know, it's money. It's not.
It could be worse.
It could be an awful lot worse, you know.
Well, listen, I wish you the best with it. But tell me, how is Gillian and your kids, and how is life in that way?
She's great, you know. Gillian's an amazing woman. She's like, she is like my rock. She is an amazing kind of supportive person. Always has been, even when times are good. She's like, you know, she keeps me going. She keeps me focused. And I think, you know, I got to write about a lot about her on the album, and not purposely. It just felt like that was the best thing in my life. My kids and my wife were the best thing in my life. So I felt like, you know what, I'm going to write about it, because that what matters to me. And you kind of turn it into, you know, it is love songs at the end of the day, and people can relate to it. So I try and keep it generic, because everybody remembers the first time they met their wife or husband, or that first kiss, or, you know, things that are important to people. And so people can relate to this. It's not just about my life, it's about life in general. And but she's been incredible.
I was laughing on your Twitter page. She tweeted a picture saying, "This is Shane on his days off," and you had just all the kids around you.
Oh yeah. It's funny because now the kids are off for the summer holidays, so I'm spending a lot of time on the trampoline. And they're
keep them fit.
Get on the trampoline, yeah. Well, I go to the gym a bit as well, but the trampoline is probably, it's unbelievable cardio. When you're jumping on it for half an hour, you're wrecked, and your arse and your legs are wrecked the next day. But yeah, it's great. You know, the kids are amazing. Obviously, that's what it's all about for me. You know what I mean?
And you're liking life in Surrey, isn't that where you're living now?
Yeah. Well, I've been living there for 7 years. It's funny. Yeah, I've had the house there, and but it's lovely. Yeah, the kids are going to school over there. Obviously, you know, there's a lot less kind of going on over there. It's a bit more, obviously, maybe private and stuff, and
which can be good.
It is good, yeah. I think it is good. And you know, it's better for work. It's amazing for work. Even at the very start, Louis says, "Look, you're probably going to have to move to London here," even before the other stuff was happening. And I was like, "Look, well, we have the house over there. We can move over there. It's not a big change." But I was worried about the school thing, obviously, because Nicole had just started school. But it would just, you know, it just settled in really good. But once the schools were good, and she was happy, then the boys obviously hadn't gone to school yet. That was perfect, and then everything else we just fit around it. But it's like I'm 20 minutes from Heathrow, I'm 45 minutes from the record label.
And you're 50 minutes home,
and that's it. I come home every night, which is very different. Like we used to be commuting over and back, and 3 hours in a car. Just like it was like I don't know how I did it for so long, but it is what it is.
And what about the boys, Cian, Mark, and Nicky? Have they been supportive? I'm sure they have.
They all like the song, which is great. You know, they all text me and stuff like that.
They're giving you a slagging?
No slagging. They're just saying best of luck, and obviously they know it's obviously very important to me. It's my first song, but I know the boys will be honest too. You know, and they seem to like it, which is great. Nicky's like proud of you and stuff like that, and Cian's best of luck, and Mark goes, I love it. You know, it's one of those kind of things that you want them to like it, of course. You're in a band with them for half your life, so. But it's great, because the band ended. We were great friends. We're still great friends, and we're all doing individual stuff now, which is it's different, but we're all enjoying it. We all seem to be happy, and all seem to be living our life the best way we can.
I saw Shay Given was giving you a slag and saying that you're doing a Jedward with your hair.
I know it was a bit high yesterday, Shay. I agree. But probably too much hairspray, I said to him, but I probably need a trim, to be honest.
Don't mind him. At least you have your hair, huh?
Exactly, yeah. Shay's a good boy. He's a good lad.
And you decided to stick in there with Louis.
100%, yeah. For me, Louis, like myself and Louis have been an amazing relationship for the last 15 years. We've always been very honest with each other. Like Louis is very honest with people, as you probably know. He'll tell you how it is and tells you what he thinks of everything.
Yeah, sometimes when you don't want to hear it.
Exactly, and for me, I wanted somebody that was going to do that and be honest with me, because you're starting to find out what your sound's going to be like. You need somebody to be truthful to you, but also like he's my biggest supporter. He's my biggest fan. He's always pushed me to be better. I always stand up and pay attention when Louis walks into a room, and I like that he has that kind of authority.
And he does that with you. He's mad about you.
Yeah, no, we have a very good friendship, but also we have a very good business relationship, which is the most important thing, because he needs to be able to tell me, no, that's an absolutely stupid idea.
Yeah.
And he's told me a few times already. So but look, he's amazing, and it's perfect.
Shane, this is the cover of your single.
Yep.
Where'd you get that plane with the flowers on?
I know. I just noticed that actually recently. There was actually flowers. They aren't post. That's not post. I didn't actually draw them on there. But yeah, it's
that's Shane's plane. He flies in with the flowers on it.
No, it's not my plane. No, very the opposite way, to be honest.
Shane, when can people get their hands on this?
The 23rd of August. My single's out on the 23rd of August. It's first released in Ireland, obviously, on a Friday, and then it's released on the 25th around the world then.
Shane, I wish you the best. You look great. You're a great guy, and I can't wait to hear the rest of the album.
Thank you. No, I'm excited for you to hear it. Thank you very much. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you.